I'm Jason.
I'm Kayla.
And we're with Team Swamp Stomp, and today we're leaving the East Texas Hogwoods and we're headed to South Africa on a hunting adventure. This is something that we've dreamed of, something that I never thought would be possible, but here we go. So this is a trip that we've been planning for over a year now, and we've been packing and planning and prepping and all that kind of stuff, doing lots of shopping for some new hunting clothes and things like that. Luckily, a friend suggested that we book with Travel with Guns, and this is an agency that made sure that we had a detailed itinerary, we had everything that we need lined out for the trip. They handled everything from getting us from here to South Africa to meet Ari. So these guys did a great job. Everything was planned out, and then a day before the trip, everything just got all messed up because of the airlines.
So we were supposed to leave Sunday midday around lunchtime, and on Friday night I'm checking the app, just making sure that we're all good, and I see that our flight from DFW to Newark has been canceled. And they said that it was canceled due to weather. So because of that, all of our flights got pushed back an entire day. So we were going to lose a whole day of hunting. That was mostly our travel time.
Right.
That was going to be extended. But thankfully, we went to bed Friday night, and whenever we woke up, we had an email from Travel with Guns saying that they found us a flight for Sunday morning, the next morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. So we flew from DFW to Denver, Denver to Newark, and Newark to Johannesburg. So neither one of us has a lot of airport experience, and we were very nervous going into it, a little bit uncomfortable. So whenever we got to South Africa, we were pretty nervous about going through customs, being in a foreign country. Right. But as soon as we got through customs and got our bags, Ari was sitting right there waiting on us. So it was very nice to have a familiar face and something that you're not used to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was so great to see Ari there, and we know that you guys are tired of hearing about the travel, but this is super important to us. We want you to meet our good friend Ari. He is an excellent hunting guide, a great father and husband, and just a friend that anybody would like to have. He's a super skilled tracker. He's experienced plains game and dangerous game, and just somebody that really takes care of his clients.
Hi. I'm Ari van Niekerk from Magagwe Safaris. I operate a hunting outfit here in Southern Africa. I do a lot of hunts in the Kalahari, and about 7-hour drive from Johannesburg, and then I have another camp about 4 hours away.
We were met with such hospitality there at the airport. Ari greeted us. He took us out to the hunting vehicle. I was making my rounds around the hunting truck, checking it out. Ari was getting our bags loaded, and then before we knew it, we were taking off to our first destination where we were going to stay the night. I would say it was 10 o'clock at night or so. We got in, and his wife Yolandi, she is just the sweetest and most kind woman, but she was up, and she said she was making snacks for us. It was a whole meal she had laid out, and she met us there with just the kindest welcome, and we walked into our room and it was just incredible.
Yeah, we had a beautiful printed out note welcoming us to South Africa, hoping that we had a fun and safe experience. And the bed was just covered in, we had hoodies, hats, snacks, coffee, masks, lotion, hand sanitizer. It was just everything that we were gonna need to get us through the week.
Yeah, they made us feel so welcome, and just from the very start, we felt like we were family there. We got a good night's rest, and then we were up early before daylight the next morning, jumped in Ari's truck. He had his trailer hooked up, and then we stopped by to get fuel at a gas station, and we went inside just to check it out to see the differences, and it was all laid out very organized, and then they had some cool different flavors on some of their chips and things like that. But we had about a 4-hour drive into the Kalahari, and we were super excited by the time we get there. Ari was just hauling in the hunting truck down the highways and then onto the dirt roads. I don't think he ever lost speed along the way. But we finally arrived, and it wouldn't be long before it was time to hunt. Before we were able to get to the hunting area, we stopped by the lodge, and this place was incredible. It was just decked out with all the taxidermy you could imagine in there. Beautiful sitting area, beautiful table all set up there. We started with a quick meal, and then they took us to our room, and it was beyond what I had anticipated.
Yeah, I was very unsure of what it would be like. I knew we were staying in the desert. I didn't know if we would have running water, electricity, but we had everything we needed. We had hot water for a shower, we had a heater, the bed was very comfortable, it was clean and just so beyond expectations.
And the staff at the lodge went just above and beyond with laundry service. They cleaned the room every day, the meals were good. Everything was just taken care of for us, and we didn't have to worry about a thing. And that was super special for us, just to see their hospitality and see just how above and beyond they went to make their clients feel at home. So we pulled into our first hunting area, and immediately we started seeing animals. There were just all kinds of critters running around that we had never seen before, and immediately I was starting to learn and figure out what was a trophy, what wasn't, and Ari is just a wealth of information when it comes to that. He knows these animals like the back of his hand. So we're driving through, and it wasn't maybe 30 minutes, and we were targeting Springbok, and we saw some impala coming across, and then just kind of at the end there, we caught a few Springbok running through, and we knew that, or Ari knew, that they were probably headed to a herd. So we ditched the truck and start hiking the road up to pick up tracks, and sure enough, he showed us right where the tracks went, and we started moving ahead through the bush, tracking them, and before long, we were on the herd of Springbok again. And it was just like spot and stalk on a whitetail. You know, they're just always kind of one step ahead of you. They're catching the wind, they're looking through the brush, and they can see you before you see them. And so it was just over and over. We would try and circle them, and our wind would change. And then, you know, they were just 150 yards ahead of us, but there was too much brush or this or that, and we started to kind of get discouraged because we had walked forever, it seemed like. So it was up and down off the truck. We were trying to find the Springbok again, trying to find the right way to get to them. They were already spooked and ahead of us, so that was a big thing that you know, we just couldn't quite get a lead on them. And then finally, Ari knew kind of where they had gone. We checked this big field, and they spooked, and we made a big circle around them, and it was just at the end of the day, and he put us in the right spot. Started to set up. Kayla was ready, but I was trying to move in, and I was so scared of moving with the camera. We see the Springbok coming through. We don't see a big one yet, but Ari says, I hear one. There's a big one in there. And I didn't hear a thing.
I heard nothing.
Yeah. So we're just trusting his judgment. I'm trying to get ready with the camera. I've got a bush in front of me. I just can't make it all right. But sure enough, here comes the big trophy Springbok coming through, and Ari tries to stop him, and of course, right behind a bush. So we think, okay, it's the end of the day. They're about to bust us. It's over. And for whatever reason, these things just spooked and ran back out into the open, and he just posed there for a perfect shot. So Kayla was already set up on the stick. She was ready to go, and I was just able to shift over just enough to get the shot on camera.
That big one is good. Hey! Okay, wait, he's behind it.
Right. I don't see him. Is he the one in the back looking at us?
Yeah. But just, wait. Just leave it, don't take the shot now. On the shoulder, you can shoot if you're ready. Oh, perfect. Okay, just keep on him. Okay. Take your rifle out. Okay, let's go closer to him.
So after Kayla took the shot, the Springbok went right down, and he took her off the sticks, and we start moving forward quickly. And normally with the whitetail, you give them a few minutes before you ease up to them, but Ari's just in a big hurry to get up there, and we don't really understand why. But he sets this thing up, and he's telling us, just wait, just watch. And we don't really know what we're watching for, but then he tells us, hey, the hair's gonna stand up on the back of this thing, and you guys have just gotta see this. This was one of the coolest things of the whole trip. Just seeing the hair on the back of the Springbok stand up one last time.
It's a monster. Let's just give him a little bit of time. This hair of him, it says Spronk. It's gonna rise up. Then we're gonna set it out. Then we have to take quickly photos with it. But congratulations. Oh, it's a monster.
She dropped it.
Woo! Yes, that's a beautiful Springbok. I hope it's gonna open up. Yeah. There it goes.
That is wild. Are you videoing?
Come sit with it, Kayla.
That is crazy. What makes it do that?
That is to attract females. And to
I'd say he attracted one.
yeah.
The wrong one.
He did his job.
It was a rough stop. I started shucking off clothes because it was getting so hot. I thought we were going to have them in the beginning, but when the wind changed and they saw us and winded us, and it's crazy that we got them right at the end of the day. I could tell that the sun was setting and I started to get disappointed, but I'm so glad that it worked out.
yeah, it almost looked like he was going to get away from us, and luckily he got spooked in the bush out there, and he ran right back into the open, and he stopped and looked at us, and you made a perfect shot.
Yeah, we got lucky.
Yeah, this is an excellent trophy, and yeah, you had the privilege to see the sprong of the Springbok as well, so yeah, congrats.
Thank you.
Going through the bush and stalking these animals, putting the work in, and just feeling like we weren't going to be able to get a shot. And finally, right at last light, maybe in the last 30 minutes of our hunt, Kayla puts a great shot on a trophy springbok. It was just the perfect way to end the first day. It was a great intro into South African hunting, I feel like. And it was just the perfect thing to get us so excited for the rest of our trip. So we've got 2 more videos coming up, a great blue wildebeest hunt and a good impala hunt as well. So we want you guys to stay tuned and check those out whenever we release them. We can't wait to share the rest of our South African hunting trip with you. And if you're interested in booking, feel free to reach out to us through our Facebook page. You can always reach me direct at 903-330-1947. You can also reach Ari direct at Mahahwe Safaris on his Facebook page.